Okay, checking here. I guess we are live. Hello, hello, hello everybody. How's it going? How's your weekend? Happy Saturday. It's November 30, 2024, and it's 4 p.m. here, Toronto time or Eastern Standard Time. So, again, if this is the first time that you're seeing me, hello everyone. I'm Ariane, and I'm coming to you live from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Um, I am a digital business owner. I do this to help dedicated corporate parents and working individuals create an income stream online to have more precious time with their family and their kids. So, just a bit about myself. I am a Filipino immigrant here. I am together with my husband and two young kids. So I have 14 years old and 7 years old, and they're both boys. And we came here in 2022. I studied project management, finished the course within the same year. I took a PNP certification exam and eventually landed an IT analyst job after multiple multiple jobs part time. So right now I'm working as an IT analyst in a food distribution company, and currently doing this digital business on the side. So today, for today's go live, we are going to speak directly to parents and individuals who really dream of having a big change, whether it's starting a business or switching careers or pursuing a passion, all while balancing the responsibilities of providing for and nurturing for their families, because we all have that, right? But the idea is to discuss how to take at least calculated risks and make smart decisions, and move forward confidently without jeopardizing what really matters most. Because this is the reason why we do this. A lot of us here in this digital business, we do this because we want a big change for ourselves and for our families. So today, I do have a special guest, and she is a mother of three from United Kingdom. I guess this is the first one that I'm gonna have a guest from the UK. So she is my fellow digital business owner, currently residing in UK, and currently is on maternity leave right now because she just had her newborn. So I guess she is the best example to discuss to us about this topic, which is taking the leap without sacrificing your family's stability. Right. So, without further ado, let me introduce my fellow digital business owner here, Nancy.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Ariane. Hi.
Hi. Yeah. So, go ahead, introduce yourself first.
Okay. Thank you again, Ariane, for the opportunity to come on here. And hello, everyone. My name is Nancy, and I am a mom of three. Like Ariane has mentioned, I live here in the UK with my family. I'm also a part time digital business owner, and I work full time in the civil service here. Um, So yeah, that's what I do in a nutshell. That's about me. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, sis Nancy. Thank you for accepting the invite. This is actually short notice, right?
It was all mine.
But we want to have like at least one interview for a week for this challenge that we're doing in the
Hmm.
community, and we're so grateful for the challenge because
Yeah.
this is really effective for us. Like, it's taking our business to greater heights now. So yeah, so to start off, this topic, this discussion is important because as
Mm.
parents, we often put our dreams on hold, right?
Hmm. Very
Especially
true.
as moms, like, we always prioritize our kids, right,
Hmm.
and our family's needs. But what if chasing our dreams could actually bring more stability, freedom, and quality time with our loved ones, right? So let's talk about that. How do we really take a leap without risking everything that we've worked so hard to protect, right?
Hmm.
So our first question would be, what particular moment in your life made you realize that you wanted something different, and you want something, some big change for you and your family's future.
Mhm. Okay, so the first time I actually, had this mindset of being entrepreneurial was, look, if you had asked me this question probably a few days ago, I would have thought it was when I got married and I started having kids. But I realized that it was about when I was about 16, 17. I remember my dad then giving me the book Rich Dad Poor Dad to read. And it's a book by Robert Kiyosaki.
Saki.
Yeah, and I read that book first time I was 16, and I remember wondering, having this enlightened mindset of I don't want to be an employer an employee. I want to have something for myself, right? And some of the things that stood out for me then was that a key strategy for financial freedom is to build passive income. Even if you love what you're doing, you have like a 9 to 5, for example, you might honestly love what you're doing, right? But then it is really important to, have another safe spot, have another source of income. Do not put all your eggs in one basket, like my Nigerian people, African people will say. And then he also mentioned how the rich don't work for money, And, you know, coming from what I'm used to, the common route is to start school, go to secondary school, go to uni. I don't know how it is in your end, and then have a family and build a house. And then what next? So there was that light bulb moment for me that I wanted more. And thankfully, I got married to someone that was of the same opinion. When I met my husband, he had always been, we have to find something for ourselves. It's okay to be an employee for some time to be able to get the finance to be able to build something for yourself. But it's not enough to just think we're going to go that same 9 to 5 route, right? And when I had always been entrepreneurial, going from there. In uni, I did makeup, I was into shoe designing. I did lots of things. I put my hands into different businesses. Some of them didn't work, but then I didn't let that, keep me let me give up. I didn't want to give up because those other things had not worked. Right. So basically that was where it all started from, just realizing that I wanted to be more present with my kids, to contribute financially without sacrificing my time and energy. And I also wanted to leave a legacy for my unborn children and generations to come. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that you had already had side hustles before too.
I had. Everybody knew me then in uni. I was doing lots of things. Yeah.
That's amazing. I also tried that before, but a lot of them were
Which,
like, yeah, for just for a time,
oh,
and
yeah.
then it died down. And then same with you. I didn't really let it stop me from doing what I really want to do, or achieve what I
Mhm.
want to achieve. So in my case, when I came here in Canada, and I finished my course and I took the
Mm,
certification. I
mm,
guess it was it was a prime of my career. Even if I wasn't employed as an IT programmer, or
mhm,
during that time, I think that was one of the most desired achievements that I really wanted to have. But
mm,
after that, I realized, what's next,
mm,
right?
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's next
You,
for
you tend
me?
to think, so what next? Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's right. So the next question we have here is, how did you find then the courage to go after your dreams despite your family responsibilities? Because we said you are a
Mm.
mom of toddlers, right? How's it going in your home right now?
Um, it's been a range of emotions, to be honest. It's been a range of emotions, but I don't think I've ever thought that it was impossible. I felt overwhelmed. I felt scared. I felt, like giving up. But I realized that one thing that was most common with me was I kept procrastinating because of of the hard blows I had been dealt in the past. Remember all of the businesses I told you I had done in the past. I didn't come with as much enthusiasm, like as much confidence. You know, anytime I thought about an idea, I was like, is this it? Or is this another, waste of time, or is this going to fail and all of that? Which brings me to how in life, setbacks can blow our mindset of our future, of our tomorrow, because we failed, previously. Then we begin to question, our ability. But to answer your question, absolutely, there were times I felt confused, but I didn't think it was possible. And I realized that as mom, we're conditioned to think that putting ourselves first is selfish. Putting our goals, our dreams. Have you ever, thought of maybe going to the mall to buy something for yourself, and you ended up buying things for your kids? So I worried about whether, starting something new, would take away from my family, especially like you mentioned. I have toddlers, they need you 24/7. But then I realized that if I didn't make a change, then we'll just be stuck in the same cycle. So something just had to give. And I knew that I was doing it for them in the long run. So even if we were, going to face some bumps here and there, in the long run, there will be we'll all be grateful for it. So the courage to move forward came from asking myself that simple question, like, what kind of example do I want to have for my kids? When they grow up and they ask mommy, I wanted them to be able to see a mom who was brave enough to chase her dreams, even when she kept, she had failed other times. But I wanted them to see a mom that was not perfect, but was working towards getting the best version of herself. So that was what pushed me. Yeah,
That's awesome. Because a situation can really make or break us, right? And
true,
and,
very
and
true.
really, we don't have to wait for the situation that puts us in a rock bottom, right? Because again, as you said, this is gonna be for the long term, and you want to inspire your kids. We want to
Mhm.
inspire our kids to see this is really life, like. It's up and downs. But the
Very,
important
yeah.
thing is we don't stop,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to give them this idea that life isn't perfect,
Mm-hmm.
but we always try to do our best in
Mm-hmm.
every endeavor that we take, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ariane, I think we have some mads. We have someone watching.
Oh,
Watching from.
oh, there. Hi, Max.
Hello.
Sis. Thank you for your support as usual.
Yeah. Uh,
So, going back, so yeah. So the third question here that we have is there. How did you prepare for this transition in becoming an online entrepreneur? Do you have an idea before that you're gonna do all of these things online, the exposure and all of that?
I know that's the word, exposure. I'm somebody that would think I liked like my just being behind, the scenes, and then coming to this business where I had to step out was scary. But where there's a will, there's always a way, right? And also knowing that compared to a traditional business where you would have to, would have had to set up, when you think about all the things that have taken to set up a business, register your company, the inventories, and all of that, and hearing about this business, it was it was very hard to say no to this, right? But preparing myself for this was as much about mindset as it was about taking the practical steps. So I'll say mentally and emotionally, I had to move my perspective, shift my perspective. Remember, we're doing something about is it clarity contrast? I didn't even know that was what it was called, but I shift my perspective from I don't have time to I can make time. I don't have the funds to I can rebudget and create, for my future. I'm leaving a legacy for my children, like I mentioned. And thanks to the supportive community, in this business, you're not alone. You have a coach, you have a mentor, and also you have business partners in how many countries again, Ariane? I keep moving.
I don't even count.
So you see, I'm joining you. It's about 9 past 9 here, and it's quite early in the day on your end. So you're
Yeah.
not doing this alone. So I leaned heavily on, knowing that I have incredible mentors and a community that will be supportive. And then financially, the options are there. Coming into this business, I was so scared. I was like, could I, can I do this and all of that? But again, when I mentioned where there's a will, if you want something bad enough, you will make room for it. And if you compare starting a traditional business, the finances that you would need to do that compared to this, is significantly very different, right? So knowing that I was going to start from somewhere, I started with, thankfully this business works with, what you can do at that time. It's not it's not something what's the word, not doable. And it doesn't require like a massive budget compared to a traditional business. So knowing all of this was what gave me the push and the go ahead to go for this, and preparing my mind, also letting my husband, I wouldn't say my whole family, the whole family, like the kids a little, but knowing that, okay, this is something that I want to do, for us, was a tremendous help. Yeah. it
Amazing.
was it
I
wasn't
don't.
easy. Yeah, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's just for you because it's also what I was. I mean, my mindset was like that as well before. Like we have all these excuses, right? We always say, "Oh, I'm busy. I don't have time for this," or "I can't do this," or I'm really scared about it." But really, what you said is true. Like if you really want it, if you really want it badly, you really find a way,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
True.
So it's actually true for if not all, most of us here in the online business community, because I've also heard a lot of the stories that started that way, right?
Mhm, mhm,
That's
mhm.
normal.
Yeah,
The fear there is normal because it's like our brain is just trying to protect us with all of these stuff online that we see.
yeah,
Sometimes it's not real, or
mhm.
especially we now have AI, right? There are a lot of
Yeah, that makes it,
videos.
yeah.
So this is actually why we're doing these go lives or these interviews, because we wanted to show the people that we're real people, we're authentic
Yeah.
people, right? We're not
Not a
fake
robot.
videos or bots here.
Yeah. Yeah. And might I add that the flexibility of this business, right?
Oh
When
yeah.
I was looking into businesses, digitally, there were some, we know I don't want to mention some, but there were some obvious ones that are making the rounds. And then I've even tried Forex trading. But let's talk about that some other time. But the flexibility and the tools provided by, this business, helps find balance. You're not having to be on your computer 24/7, just a few hours of your time, and it's mostly automated. I mean, you need to do some things, but you have a system that's working for you even when you're traveling, you're asleep. So if the fear is, how do you balance all of the things as a busy mom, balancing your kids and all of that, I'm sure you'll be able to afford like an hour. We have time to scroll through our phones sometimes. Have you
Yes,
ever been lost on the streets of Instagram
that's
for
true.
hours? So if you have that time, that spare time, then you can do this. Yeah.
Yeah, and see, I can't even imagine you are taking care of toddlers. You have a newborn,
Sometimes
so
I have the baby in my hand,
there's
holding the baby, and
yes.
I'm just, checking an email or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we don't really have to be in front of a laptop like this all
Mhm,
the time. We can use our phones, right?
mhm.
So, and this is really very flexible. Like, if we have a lot of responsibilities, again, it all boils down to how much you really want it. And And if we really want it badly, we'll really make time for it, even if we have a lot of things to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because
Mm-hmm.
again, we are always thinking about the long term benefits that it can give us. So yeah, so that's really awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the last question, last but not the least. So after your transition to this digital business, right? So far, what are the lessons that you want to impart for the fence sitters or the people watching on the sidelines? What have you learned so far in this digital business?
Hmm. First, I would say jump off that fence. What are you still doing on the fence? Jump off that fence and come closer. Like if you want to, the Bible says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children, right? So if you do not want your children to go through the same cycle, I mean, even if you don't have to commit to leaving your 9 to 5, nobody's even saying leave your 9 to 5. You can love what you do, but it will be, I feel like I might come off harsh, but it would be selfish of us to just think about ourselves and not think, beyond, helping others. For me, I feel like to really say you are a blessing is when you can look back past what you can do for just yourself and your immediate family. There are lots of people out there that need your help. Even if you don't think you need financial freedom for yourself, think
Yeah,
about other people. And I also like to encourage you that we were all skeptical. I was really skeptical, and I understand. I can empathize with you, especially on the internet. But you can see our faces. This is a very legitimate business. We pay our taxes, and it is something that is very promising. We have um, millionaires in the business that are doing really well. People that have retired early, and aside the financial gain, you're also getting personal development. I've been encouraged to read books, that I would not necessarily have known. I've been able to speak in front of you today. Ariane, I'm sure you can attest to that. Speaking to you right now and being able to confidently speak to you, is there are other skills that you learn, doing this business. So I'll just like to encourage you, to take that step towards your future and stop letting fear or doubt or procrastination stop you. Yeah, thank
correct. That is so so true. So I can attest to that because um a lot of the people that are trying to like the peeking in to the business, they easily want to back out because of the fears, or maybe they're saying it's not yet their time.
you.
And I agree with that. They're procrastinating, right? But
Hmm.
you go on and go on with your life, and then years would have passed, and then you would just realize where did time go,
Where did
right?
it go? Yeah, I know.
So just we are not. I mean, at the surface, like when we check into this opportunity, we didn't pay for the webinar or the info session, right?
Hmm.
And you just have to really check it out and
Hmm.
see for yourself. A lot
Yeah.
of people would actually ask us questions like, "How much do I have to invest?" Or it's like
Mhm.
they're jumping into that, but
Yeah.
yeah, but the important thing, actually, the first important thing that you have to do is watch the webinar, and then let us usher you inside what's really inside of this digital business opportunity, because it's not all monetary benefits,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there's
Hmm.
a lot into it, and the system, it's really enterprise level, massive scale.
Yeah.
It's not a simple system, and we cannot really just explain it in one go.
True. Yeah.
And that is
Exactly.
why we always invite people to watch the webinar or pay the $149 fee, because
Hmm.
everything will be discussed there, and you will discover it for yourself.
Hmm.
Like, there's no bias. This is what we offer, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, so thank you so so much, Nancy. I really appreciate you
Thank
coming here
you.
here.
Thank
Your
you.
time and effort to be here with me on this spotlight. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Um,
you.
I really, you are really a great mother, a family
Oh, thank
woman, and in your story, right now we're still like trying to ease into this digital business, but you're doing it.
you.
That's the
Yeah.
important thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have final words for us?
Yeah, so I'll just say to anyone sitting on the fence, like you mentioned, I will just, reiterate that nothing changes if nothing changes. That's one very common saying in our community. And your dreams are valid. You, what's the word? You also can reach your limits. The the amazing life is not set for like for a selected few. You also need to jump in and take all that God has in stock for you. And this business is designed for everyday people just like you and I. You don't have to do it all by yourself. The tools, the mentors, the community is here for you. And take the leap. Your future self will be thankful for it. And thank
Right.
you again so much, Ariane, for having me. I
You're
really enjoyed
welcome, sis.
doing this with you.
It's so nice to be talking to you. I think this is the
Yeah.
first time that we've really like talked in person or virtually
Yeah.
like this. Yeah, because we always talk in chat.
Yeah.
But again, thank you so much, sis, for doing this live with me. It's such an
Thank
honor
you.
to interview you. So,
Thank
just to summarize everything, so taking the leap doesn't mean risking it all,
you.
right? It's just about being smart, being resourceful, and staying true to what really matters. Because a lot of us, it's our loved ones, right?
Mhm.
Because you will only know if the outcome is really worth it, and it's bigger than the risk if you really take the
Mhm.
risk, right?
Mhm.
Because you wouldn't know if you wouldn't take the
Never
risk.
try.
Yeah,
Exactly.
just
Exactly.
try, see for yourself. Yeah,
Mhm.
so remember, again, your dreams and your family stability can coexist. You just need the right plan, mindset, and even the community to make it happen. So again, if this resonated, if this go live, this discussion resonated with you, and you're ready to explore how you can take your own leap without risking your family stability, just reach out to us, to Nancy or me. I'd love to share more about how we did it, how we are doing this here, and how
Mhm.
we're helping others to do the same.
Mhm.
Right. So again, thank you so much for watching this live or replay. Happy weekend, everyone,
Happy weekend.
and we'll see
Thank
you again in our
you.
next live. God bless. Bye for now.